to an assessment. They may assess to need mental health treatment. They may assess to need substance use disorder treatment. They may do a lot of chronic health conditions that have been untreated for years. They may have urgent health conditions like we were talking about in our clinic, what we share with you. Wound care is the most common thing we see. Or I call them like friends on boards, different types of bugs that they've picked up here and there that are creating problems for them. And we're able to get them into services for all those things. But with the LEAD program, what works is that relationship that you're building with the case manager, there's no pressure. It's what do you want to work on today? And through that relationship building, we've been doing it a year. 14 of our clients are now in permanent supportive housing. 17 clients have gone through substance use disorder treatment and are still clean. We've got 3 of them employed, which for 98 out of 98 clients, which doesn't maybe seem like a lot to you guys, but for these people, it's life-changing. It's life-changing. So there's a lot of ways to come at the problem of homelessness, of addiction, of mental health issues. We offer, we're going to talk as well, but I'm happy to answer any questions about my programs as well, but I really want to just point out that each person comes into this situation from a different place. There's not one solution that fits. There's not, one type of treatment. There's not one doorway into treatment. People who have been on the street for a really long time, and I was there for 10 years, when I finally got inside, it's weird to be inside. It's weird. You got these 4 walls, and you're like, wow. And you're bored, right? What am I going to do? You watch TV all day, right? It's just a very different reality than what you're used to. Your entire family, support system, whatever you want to call it, is on the outside. And you're coming in and kind of isolated, unless you have some sort of supports around you that are going to help you move forward, which I was lucky enough to have. So I'm just saying it's complicated, and everybody is in a different place. And again, I'm not saying people should be robbing your houses or defecating in your yard or anything like that. I am not advocating for that at all.
Well, then it gets us so riled up. We're going to commit the crime because we're going to hit them over the head with a baseball bat.
Yeah, and I don't advocate for that either.
And that's how crazy it is. I'm a single person. I live by myself. I have a new job. And I have a 357. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
And I just, I'm sitting here reflecting on, like, what are the, what kinds of support can we provide to you guys, to help you navigate those feelings? Because I also am a single parent. Well, I'm not a parent anymore. My son is flown the coop. So I'm single. I have a small dog. And no gun. So, and again, like I said, I have a lot of homeless people in my neighborhood that I am now, again, on the other side of the fence, just thinking, like, wow, here I am experiences what other people experienced to me when I was out there. And it's, it's a little mind-blowing sometimes. And I don't have an answer. George doesn't have an answer. None of us have one answer.
There is no one answer.
But what we do is we go out and continue fighting for people because they need someone to do that for them. They need someone to provide a clean and safe place for them to sleep. From my own perspective, women especially, but really anybody needs that. They need a place to do their laundry, to wash their hair, whatever it is, right? They need that. And then in the context of those very low barrier services for some people, I'm telling you, like, at some point there is a turning point where many, many people latch onto that and keep moving forward. There's no way to predict when that's going to happen. There's no way to know who that relationship is going to be built with. But it happens. It happens for us. We see it on a daily basis. And so I'm hoping I'm leaving you with a little bit of more understanding of how complicated it really is. I'm happy to answer.
We understand it's complicated, but I think a lot of these people feel like they're not getting their share of the pie when they try to use the government and the police and to help them, and they don't get any return from it because they just, well, we can't do this and we can't do that. Betty had a man drive away in her car and steal her car, a known thief, right there in the neighborhood, and the cops wouldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything. It's that kind of stuff that pretty soon you get, start getting hard feelings about your own, you know, police department and your own government and your own city, you know, because what good does it do us to complain if we don't get any help?
So Arlene, maybe we could segue at this point.
You'll have to speak up, I can hear.
Oh,
We're going to the next speaker.
we're going to the next
Oh,
speaker.
okay.
Because Officer Matt is here to speak
Okay.
to us, and you're on.
He's got to go to work.
Oh,
Can I
You're
say?
on now.
okay.
Anything you want to add?
I'm kind of losing my voice, so I'll be brief. I just tried to think of a few things before I came, just to let you guys know what's going on. One of the big things that we're doing right now, NERT, Sergeant Tig, they put on an ATV program to where I think there's probably 24 of us now that have gotten ATV certified. We have to go through a whole class and everything. And they're going to set up a program where consistently we have people out riding on the trails around here, I mean, and all over East Precinct, just where there are a lot of people camping, and contacting them. It's kind of a two-pronged thing. Some days we're going to be out contacting people that are camping, and then other days we're going to do more community engagement, talking to business owners and things like that. So that'll be, I think that'll be helpful. We've done some of that, and then I think starting in July, when it gets hotter, we're going to be out doing more of that. They're going to kind of stagger them, probably have at least once a week, there will be a group out, you know, one day a week or so doing that.
Has the funding been reinstated for all 20 of you to be out there again?
Well, so I get constant emails of with varying messages. So right now, what they're saying is that July 1 is the beginning of the new fiscal year.
Okay.
So that's when they're gonna, I think, really implement more of this when they know, and probably, I don't deal with budgets at all, thankfully, because I'm a patrol officer, but what I imagine is that it's towards the end of the fiscal year, so they're probably looking at their budget and figuring out where they need to, you know, where they can spend and where they can't, to make sure they're not coming in, you know, spending too much, I would guess. So July 1 is a new budget, and then they can really disperse that out and kind of figure out how they want to do that. So I think that's when they're going to put out some more missions for us for all the new people that are certified to sign up and go out and do that. The other couple of things that I saw, just on the news actually, I saw that they did put a needle box in up by the fire station. Is that correct, on 92nd?
I don't know that it's in, but they've been talking about
Oh,
doing
okay.
it. About doing
Or maybe
it.
it's going to happen?
They're going to start doing it apparently at all of the fire stations.
Oh, they're going to do all of it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Whatever I saw, they were just talking about a few doing, so that's good. So,
Yeah, Lents will be
and-
the first one because we're the nosiest.
Yeah, well, I know that's been a big issue with a lot of the meetings, is all the needles and what are we going to do about that. So hopefully that'll, you know, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but at least something's being tried, and hopefully it does work.
What's the plan for, so that they put their needles where they belong?
I just know what I
Or
saw.
so
on
the
the news.
neighbors pick them up?
Well, I guess anybody could put needles in there. Hopefully it would be the people that are using them.
Is that what the idea is supposed to be?
But then on the other hand, they do the needle exchange, so they may be bringing them to the exchange, I'm not sure. But either way, there's a place for them to go. Other than
It's for us, Ken, it's not for them.
Much easier
You
for us to-
Anyway, Matt's not done talking.
Oh, and then I saw the mayor's new budget, he wanted to hire 50-something new officers, so
Instead of going.
we're happy about that, that's a good.
We're ecstatic about that.
What's that?
We're very happy. There's not enough of you.
So in 3 years, once they get through the hiring process, 18 months of probation, they'll have to count towards all of our staffing. Hopefully they keep, I think it's just been a constant thing of not getting ahead and planning for retirements, and then it's a constant fall behind, not hiring, oh, we have to hire a whole bunch, and just this, you know, roller coaster ride. So it's always been like that from what I understand, so, but at least they've approved the staffing level that they're, basically, I think we had around 950 officers, or sworn members, around there, and it's going to go up to about 1,000. So they're actually authorizing more officers.
How many people live in the city of Portland?
What is it, 600, 700,000?
Almost 8.
We're still pretty low. It's been a while since I've seen it, but we're still pretty low on, officers per 10,000 compared to comparable cities, so.
We'll never get caught up.
My understanding is it'd be about 1,300 officers to be in the national average.
Yeah, I think I've seen that number, so we'll see.
I have a question.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's like an urban myth or like, 'cause it sounds like it would be, but it was like on Facebook and I think like coin or something.
Probably true that.
Well, right. With the stabbing on Foster at the convenience store a couple months ago, the article said that because of bureaucratic red tape, and like whatever, like the agreement had, that you guys, they had to stand there with their backup while someone was being like basically murdered. I mean, they didn't get killed, thank God, I don't think, but the very fact that like you guys couldn't intervene due to bureaucratic red tape is really concerning. I mean, I know we already have laws that don't protect us really, like it, kind of seems more for criminals. So is that true, or can you elaborate on that? Because
Well, I'm not familiar, I might not have been working when that happened, but I can speak to sort of our policies and how we train. And the rule for us is wait for backup. There's always exceptions to the rule, and it's kind of up to each individual officer to determine how they want to go about what they're going to do. Okay, I think I do remember what you're talking about now. There's not a policy that says if you go to X call, then Y is how you proceed. It's more of a consensus that we want to wait for cover so that we're safe. Which I want to be safe, so I do want to wait for cover. But on the other hand, just for myself, if I get to something and I see that somebody needs help, personally, I'm probably going to do something about it.
you're not required to.
No, and so here's the thing. So say I go to that and I shoot and kill somebody. They're going to say, why didn't you wait for cover? And I'm going to say, well, this person, could have died if I didn't do what I had to do. And maybe that will serve me well, maybe it won't. But if you wait for cover, for us, it's hard to go wrong when people are looking at us later to determine, what happened and if it went correctly. I feel an obligation to, this is my job, this is what I want to do, is help people if they're in need. So I'm probably going to be a little bit more proactive. If I see something that needs to be addressed, that I'm going to address it. That's me personally. I might have to deal with the questions later of why I did what I did, but I feel comfortable with being able to answer that and satisfy the people that are asking those questions.
How much do the cameras cost?
Oh, the body camera? I have no idea, and
Ballpark?
I don't know. I don't know at all.
Anybody know?
And I think with, I haven't heard much lately about body cameras, but it seems like it seems like the cost of the cameras isn't necessarily the issue. It's how do we store that data, and the storage costs a lot, and what do we record, and what don't we record, and how long do we keep it, and public records, and there's just a million different things that they have to review and establish policies for before they can implement it. So.
Well, there's a lot of other police departments are doing, all over the country are using them.
Yeah,
And I guess the answer to that is record everything, and then nobody could ever question.
I'm always surprised when I watch old cop shows from, like 1992 in Oklahoma, and they've got a dash cam with the traffic stuff. We don't have that.
Wow.
And there's a couple traffic officers that have those or in the car, but just as general patrol, we don't. It's been around a long time.
It doesn't necessarily serve you well, because the guy was reported at the homeless shelter, and that whole thing was video recorded, and you guys got a lot of slack for it, so I mean,
Yeah.
no matter how you...
So, that's the thing about recordings too, is, and I have also heard or read that, there are all other cameras there and angles that we all haven't seen, that I haven't seen. So, cameras, and we do a lot of training, and they'll show us something from a body cam, we go, oh, that looked horrible. And then they'll show us the body cam from the officer that's standing on the other side, and you see the guy pulling a gun out of his waistband when he gets shot from behind. You go, oh, okay, now I understand.
Yep.
So, you know, cameras, I think are gonna serve us well, but they're just one little piece to the whole, you know, the thing that happened, the guy got shot most recently. There are a lot of people in there to be interviewed, and everybody saw and heard different things and has different ideas of what happened, and there was that one camera. And, you know, when I watched it, and we're sharing it, you know, the same night, we're going, oh, somebody found it on social media, we look at it and go, yeah, maybe it didn't look so good. But when you put everything together, you know, you get, you know, the whole story, then that's what we have to go on. We can't go on just one piece.
I have a question.
I'm getting a lot of questions.
Is there a 21-foot rule in Portland police that is use of force?
Yeah, it's
Or reference to it?
right. So the 21-foot rule is taught. It's a pretty standard thing that's taught.